Greetings, I'm Cuisine. Today I have a Lyra card reveal, The Man in the Maze. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get this out soon enough before the other creators were able to reveal it via their booster pack package, but it is what it is, better late than never. Let's examine the card stats and effects, and I'll just give my opinion on it. Man in the Maze is a 7 hand cost, 4 reserve cost deity. He carries a 0 stat in Forest and a 5 in Mountain and Island. Poor stats from hand, but shares the same reserve stats as the common Ouroboros Croupier. His hand effect makes up for the poor hand stat line. When played from hand, Man in the Maze removes all boosts from characters in play and reserve. Quite an interesting effect. Depending on the amount of boosts removed, he enacts an additional ability. 1 to 4 boosts grants him 2 boosts. This brings his stats up to 277, which is more in line with a 7 cost character, especially in Lyra. 5 to 8 boosts allows you to play a card with hand cost 3 or less for free. I think this is the mode you should aim for if possible. This allows you to get more than the 222 of stats that the first mode grants if you play a character like a non-Seers or Nunnos, or you can cast a 3 cost spell without losing tempo on the board. Removing 9 or more boosts moves your expedition forward 1 region. This rule change that determines the winner at dusk makes his effect a lot less menacing. However, it's a lot better to spend 1 more mana than Small Step Giant Leap to get an advancement on the Tumult plus a character your opponent has to overcome. Next, let's take a look at the rare version. This has the same stat line and effects as the common. The increase in power comes from allowing him to get multiple effects depending on the boost removed. With this version, removing 9 boosts gives tremendous value worthy of the 7 mana spent. The out of faction version is Izmir. It has the same identity as a common, but with 9 boosts send your opponent's expedition back 1 instead of sending yours forward. Let's examine where this fits into the upcoming Whispers from the Maze environment. With the introduction of new passive reserve abilities and Whispers, this card operates as a counter to the mechanic and a payoff for adopting the mechanic. The 7 mana cost makes this difficult to use against characters in play. As a counter to reserve boost passives, Sabotage is a better tactic. Is it better to remove your own boost and spend 7 mana to get these effects? Or play the characters from reserve with the boost on them already? I'm leaning towards the latter. Only time will tell. So where do these cards belong? In my opinion, they thrive in Limited and Multiplayer. In Whispers Limited, there are a high concentration of characters that can gain boosts while in reserve. You're likely to be able to resolve at least the first ability. A 7 cost character with 2 7 stats that removes your opponent's boost is harder to combat in a limited environment. The Expedition Advancement effect almost seems like it was made for multiplayer. The multiplayer meta includes Expedition Advancement strategies, and having 2 more players who you can remove boosts from make removing 9 boosts a reality. Are you out of luck if you want to play Man in the Maze in a constructed format? Not really. For Lyra, with the abundance of reserve synergy, you can set it up to at least pull off the rare version's first and second effects. Even if it's not a meta contender, this card introduces a new way to play Altered TCG, which is really cool. But if you really like this card, I think this card is a good unique name. I don't think Man in the Maze is going to be a staple, rare, or common slot, so using it as a unique won't step on any toes. The unique Man in the Maze has the identity of a 0 stat and 2 spike stats, with a high hand cost and a medium reserve cost, with a from hand ability to remove all boosts and gain up to 3 effects. The variety of effects this card could possess make for an exciting chase. They could even have a support ability to make it even better from reserve than the common or rare. I look forward to seeing a crazy Man in the Maze unique. That's all I have for today. Leave a comment on your thoughts on this card if you haven't already in the Discord or whatever. Subscribe for more Altered TCG content. And thanks again to Moon and Loki Knox for giving me this opportunity. And hopefully I'll have another card reveal for the next set. See you all in the next video.